welcome back to the channel. I hope that everybody is doing well today. It's been a little bit since I've been on here, and I kind of wanted to just touch base and give you a little bit of an update about what's going on. I don't know how long it's been. I'll have to check. It had to have been over a month at this point that I've been on YouTube. I've had, as always, 100 ideas of things to post, and it just doesn't happen. So I want to give you a little bit of an update. It's just going to be a quick little update. I'm in the pickup line for my kids' school. Actually, one's at home sick right now. It is the season, but one is at school. One's sleeping in the back. So it's quiet for 6 more minutes. And so I thought I would just take an opportunity to do like a quick little update. So, where do I start? So, I have 3 kids. I mean, really, I could end the video there and just say I'm busy being a mom. My oldest son, he does travel soccer. He lives and breathes soccer. He has soccer 4 to 5 times a week. My middle son is like on a junior soccer, and he does it too. This phone is gonna fall. He has it twice, sometimes 3 times a week, typically twice. And then my daughter, who just turned 2, we just celebrated her birthday. She just started soccer. She only goes 1 day a week, and soccer, we use the term loosely, but there is a soccer ball involved, and it's really, really cute. So literally 6 to 7 days a week. 6, 7! We have soccer. So that in itself, plus I'm not even going on and on. You know how it goes. If you have children, or even if you don't, life is busy. But I wanted to kind of touch base on my career as a nurse practitioner and my business at the Brittany Holzbeck NP Review. I share all kinds of nurse practitioner content on here. Obviously, that is the foundation of this channel. And so I kind of wanted to be transparent with you guys about what is going on. So I'm not practicing right now. Like, I'm not doing patient care as a nurse practitioner. It's like bittersweet. I do hope to go back to patient care in the future. I'm also giving myself grace and not rushing it. This phone is never gonna last. I'm just gonna have to hold it. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to hold it. So hopefully you guys don't mind a very close up of my face. I'm trying to give myself grace and hope, that this is not like a permanent stage of life, obviously, that I should be able to go back to work in the future. There's kind of multiple reasons why I'm not working right now. One of the biggest ones is that after this 3rd pregnancy, I've had like some difficulties, and not like emotionally. You might be thinking like, oh, postpartum or something like that. No, not that. I've never experienced postpartum depression or anything like that. I've had postpartum anxiety, and I had like severe intrapartum, like during pregnancy, anxiety. But physically, this 3rd pregnancy really took a toll on my body. You might know I've talked about it here and there. I feel like I've talked about it a lot, but still some people are surprised to learn that I've had like a slew of health problems in the past. I had a spinal cord tumor that turned into a spinal cord injury when they removed the tumor when I was a child. And then I had thyroid cancer, follicular thyroid cancer, when I was 17. Side note, I actually just got the reports to that. I've requested my medical records. Maybe I'll talk about that in a future video. But yeah, so I had the spinal cord injury when I was a child, and pregnancy, it's hard on a healthy person's body, but when you have all of these pre-existing conditions, if you will, it can be even more difficult. And every pregnancy that I've had has been difficult. I'm not gonna lie and sugarcoat it, but this one in particular hit me hard. And likely too, because I'm older now. Like, I was 35 when I had my daughter. I'm getting older, and that in itself comes with difficulties too. But all that to say, physically, I am a little bit struggling. And I say that again loosely because I have lived with the repercussions of a spinal cord injury for the majority of my life. And things have never been that easy for me, but it's always been to where I can manage it, and I still can manage it. I started working in the ER as a nurse in 2017, I started working in the ER as a nurse at the end of 2016, and I worked until like almost 2022. And I was working in the ER for almost 5 years of it, and I was working as a float pool nurse for the last year. 12-hour shifts, bedside nurse. If you're a nurse, always on my feet, always walking. Again, nothing was like super easy. I'm not going to say that, but it wasn't hard in the sense that I could still do it. Maybe I'd have a little bit more back pain at the end of the day. I don't know, maybe not, maybe normal compared to what other people were also feeling. I looked probably like I was having a harder time than I was. I just compensated really well for my injury, considering. I feel like I'm doing like word salad. All that to say, that is not the case right now. Like, there's no way I could do a 12-hour shift physically right now, and that's okay. Obviously, it was never in the plan for me to go back to bedside nursing. I went on and got my nurse practitioner license, but even when I was practicing as a nurse practitioner, I was working in a very, very busy urgent care that still required just a ton of work on my feet, and I just don't think physically I could do it right now. I have had a lot more pain and just like a lot more mobility restrictions. I feel like I actually bought myself a cane, which I don't know why I get so hung up on using like mobility devices. Not because I'm embarrassed, you know, if you need to use something, you need to use something, but it's like I feel like I'm like giving in to feeling weaker. And if I use this device, then I'm just going to keep declining. I'm going to become dependent on it, and I don't want to be. I mean, that's the reality. Of course I don't want to be dependent on needing to use something. I don't want to get weaker, but the reality is we all do. I mean, as we get older, and if you have a spinal cord injury, it's kind of like worse. Anyway, I've been using a cane sometimes, which it helps, but I do worry that I don't want to become too reliant on it. I want to just try to improve and at least get back to baseline. I don't know if that's realistic for me or not. I have noticed that I have a lot more muscle spasticity, and I've had problems with that in the past. It's been like on and off. I used to get Botox injections in my thighs for, well, I don't know if I'd ever got it in both thighs. It might have just been my left, because that's where I have the partial paralysis, is in my left leg. But I would get Botox injections for muscle spasticity, and I definitely feel like I'm having way more muscle spasms than I ever did. And yeah, so that's kind of where it's at, and that's why I'm not working right now as a nurse practitioner. And I don't want to, well, obviously I'm maintaining my licensure, and I'm working really hard, like full-time in my business, but practicing like patient care, that's why I'm not doing it right now. And then also I'm like, okay, I'll take it as a sign that I get to be home with my kids, and I still work, like I said, full-time hours, but at home, and I get to be more flexible with my scheduling with my kids. And this is really short phase of life, obviously, having like my daughter at home. I have no complaints in that regard. I love being a mom, and honestly, it is the best thing I've ever done. And if I never get to go back and do patient care, I'm gonna try to block these buses coming by. If I never go back and do patient care, but I'm a good mom, then I'm okay with that. But I did work really hard for my license, and I do miss it sometimes. I do miss like actually like interacting with patients. So we'll see. All that to say, I am still working, like I said, full-time hours in my business. So if you don't know, I do nurse practitioner student education. I have developed multiple different courses for nurse practitioner students. I'm accredited through the AANP, so if you take the course, you get continuing education credits. So it keeps me really, really busy. Actually, I'm right now working on getting reaccredited, because you have to do it every year. This will be my third year getting accredited, and it's a pain in the butt. You know, it's tedious, I'll say. Like, it's not like physically hard, obviously, it's just tedious. So I'm working on that, and then I'm actually doing a partnership right now that I'm going to, well, it's basically finished, but we're just like doing the final finishing touches and like final logistics stuff. The company is Brainscape. There's no reason why I can't talk about it. You're going to see it here very shortly. I'm partnering with them to do like digital flashcards. So it's basically to complement my course. It's an app that you can do at home, you can do on the go, on your phone, whatever. It's something that I've always wanted to be able to add to my content, but I didn't want to actually do like the hard work of it, creating an app. It's not like something that I'm even trying to do. I still am like a one-man company, one-man business. I do everything on my own. And so partnerships like this are really great, because I can kind of branch out and offer additional resources, but I don't have to do all the hard work. So yeah, like for example, these flashcards that are about to be launched. Oh, we're gonna move in line, so I'm gonna have to go. All of these flashcards that we're about to launch, there's over 1,000 of them. I created all of the content, and so they definitely are in line with my course, and they definitely highlight like all of those high yield topics that you need to know as a nurse practitioner. But then when it comes down to like the technology, I have no hand in that. And it's really cool because as you go through the note cards, you'll rate your level of understanding, and it's one of those things where it kind of looks at what areas you do really well in, what areas you don't do as well in, and it knows to feed you those topics more if you're struggling, and it kind of gives you a breakdown at the end. And so it's really cool. But yeah, I have no part of the technology aspect of it, and that's okay. Anyway, so that is the update that I wanted to give you guys. I think to end this video, I'm gonna put in a few little clips from life lately. Like I said, my daughter just had her 2nd birthday. We're busy with soccer, lots of fun things at home as a family. We're coming into the holiday season, which is one of my favorite times of the year. I'm a summer junkie, but I do love the holidays. That little blip of time, I absolutely love it. Watching my kids experience it is one of the biggest joys of my life, and so we're coming into that, and I'm really excited. So I'll end this video out with some clips from life lately, but I hope wherever you are, you're happy, you're healthy, you're well. I'll put some more content on here, but I don't know what it's gonna be. As always, don't forget to learn something new every day. We'll talk soon. Bye, guys.
Yeah, I guess.
All right, you're gonna try this food.
Food.
The chicken looks mostly cooked. Pretty good spices, a little salty.
I've climbed the mountains in Montana, danced in the lights of New Orleans. Portland ran away with me, and San Francisco stayed with me. Nashville made its way in between. Fell in love in Minnesota, fell apart south of Salt Lake. Colorado calls to me, and Washington will always be begging for a piece of me to stay. Maybe some things never change, but I wanna know how it feels to hang pictures on a wall, sleep in the same bed at night. I want reasons to stay, I want someone to take up my time and miss me when I go. I've swam the beaches on the West Coast, climbed the trees of Caroline. I felt the city streets of Boston underneath my feet, heard the sound of subways down the line, walked the lakesides of Wisconsin, and bathed in springs of Idaho. I could use a day or two, or even just an afternoon, getting myself lost in Chicago. Maybe I'm homesick for it all, 'cause I wanna know how it feels to hang pictures on a wall, sleep in the same bed at night. I want reasons to stay, I want someone to take up my time and miss me when I go. I wanna home, 'cause I have traveled across this country wide, and I feel there must be something more to find. I miss those mountains in Montana.
Did you get candy?
I've wandered long enough to know how good a good thing was. I feel it more the further